Started my 9th day of Accutane. Just took the 9th pill. No new side effects to report other than what's been occurring over the last 7 or 8 days. I will say over the last 36 hours or so, my lips have become significantly more dry. I am definitely applying more lip balm throughout the day. My face is still very, very oily. Probably not as much as it usually is, but as far as moisturizers go, on my face in particular, it's really just applying it once a day, unless I'm going to wash or rinse my face or go swim or something like that. Otherwise, it stays fairly moist throughout the day. So no changes on that regard. As far as any new pimples or acne occurring, the ones that started popping up the last two days or so, those are now coming to a whitehead, and some have popped by themselves. I think they're here, small one here, maybe here, and then this one, and that's about it. So these ones, I feel like they are reducing in size a little bit, but again, these ones have been here for quite a while, most of them. Hoping to see more positive results as the second week progresses, and we'll see where we're at towards the end of the month, but I'll keep posting updates, and we'll see if everything goes well and take it from there. Thanks. Took my 10th capsule of Accutane this morning, so I am officially 1/3 of the way through for this month. And quick update, I do have some more spots coming in here. These ones are slowly getting smaller. These ones are slowly going away. And that's pretty much it. These ones here are also, I feel like, getting a little smaller as well. Definitely no new side effects from what's been occurring this first 9 days or so, but my mouth is definitely a little more dry, and my lips are certainly more dry. I apply lip balm probably once every 30 minutes now, and still sweating a disgusting amount at the gym. Other than that, everything's going pretty well. Thanks. All right, it's about 10 a.m. or so. Just took my 11th pill of Accutane, so 10 full days on the drug, 20 milligrams. No new side effects to report the last 24 hours. Lips are still dry. Definitely applying lip balm every 30 minutes or so. Not to the point of cracking or peeling or bleeding or anything like that, but still very, very dry. Other than that, a couple of the whiteheads that were forming on my forehead have now come to a point and popped on their own. I've got some smaller pimples, whiteheads that have come in and popped a little bit by themselves, and this whole cluster on my neck here below my jawline is still there. I'm not sure if they're getting smaller. They're definitely less inflamed than they were a week ago, but again, like I said in my previous video, I think it's probably just coincidental and natural course of them going down, perhaps, hopefully. It's the drug working though. And then I have a new cluster of ones coming in under the skin here. So typically over the last 7 or 10 years, I would maybe get one here. But this is definitely more than normal. So I'm wondering if it's a purge perhaps, but I am on a super low dose. However, things that I've read, once again, the drug starts working 7 to 10 days, and we're starting the 11th day here. So hopefully the drug's working a little bit. Hopefully this is a purge, that it's not going to be too bad, but I am certainly looking or anticipating for the worst once my dosage gets upped next month. So we'll see what happens then. Also, I'll probably start doing monthly updates after this first month of weekly updates and see what goes from there. Thanks. Starting day 12 of Accutane, just took my 12th pill. So far, again, no real new side effects. My lips continue to be very dry. As far as that goes, skin is pretty normal. My face is a little drier than usual, but nothing more so than the first 10-11 days here. So other than that, I do have a new pimple, new acne coming in here, and I think that's probably it as far as the last 24 hours. These ones again are going down a little bit, but taking quite a while. This one is, I think it's newer, I can't remember, and the rest here are still kind of the same, clearing up. I do have another one coming in right in between my eyes, which is terrific. Again, this was the area where it usually gets inflamed and then goes down, but my most recent one about 4 or 5 days ago, it got inflamed and then it came to a whitehead and popped on its own. So I'm wondering if there's just multiple ones there, obviously, and I'm getting another one, or if it's the same one recurring. But anyway, this one is coming in right here. So other than that, again, 20 milligrams of Accutane. Clarivis is the brand, and I assume I'll be going with 40 or 60 next month. Day 13, I just took my 13th pill of Accutane this morning, so a couple minutes ago, and I will say that this morning when I woke up, my lips were very chapped and very dry. They were actually peeling, and I think it's a combination of being in the sun yesterday at the pool, albeit 20 minutes, but it was very, very intense, and me already having dry lips from the Accutane, because when I woke up it was dry and peeling and kind of gross. It wasn't bleeding or cracking yet, but certainly the worst they've been these first 12 full days on Accutane. So outside of that, definitely putting on a lot of sunblock and sunscreen when I go outside. Still no sunburns. Really only moisturizing my face once unless I wash it, and it's still getting pretty oily still. So hopefully that will change once I up my dose next month or the remainder of this time on my first 30 days here. As far as new blemishes or spots, this one came in yesterday and now it's coming to a head. This one was newer and kind of tender, so was this one. I think maybe the last couple days, but now they're not really tender anymore and they're just kind of there. Nothing else to report. These ones are still kind of gross and they've been there for a while. And then I do actually have some behind my earlobe, at the base of my ear, and sometimes I would get maybe one there, but now I can feel that there's like three maybe. You can't really see them, but I can certainly feel them. So I don't know really if that's purging or what's going on, but those are certainly newer, and that's about it. Morning of the 14th day, I just took my 14th pill of Accutane. No new side effects. I will say my lips are very dry. Still not to the point of cracking or bleeding, but they are very dry, and my mouth is typically always dry now in the morning. Other than that, the pimple that was coming in between my eyes is slowly receding. I do have a small whitehead here, another small one coming in here. The one that was here came to whitehead yesterday, and I kind of popped it a little bit, even though I shouldn't have. Neck is still the same. Neck is still the same here. So that's really it. I did notice at the gym, however, that my joints were a little more sore, and I don't know if that was because I was squatting a little heavier weight than usual on Monday, but when I went to work out on Wednesday, the warm-up was definitely needed. But once I was warmed up, my joints were fine. And then yesterday, they were a little, not really sore, but I could kind of feel them. They were a little tight, maybe I guess you could say, in my knees. So I think that was because I worked out on Friday, and Right now they're fine. So hopefully that's just a result of me working out too hard, but other than that, everything's good. All right, just took my 15th pill of Accutane. So I've been on Accutane now for 2 full weeks, 14 full days. No new side effects to report of the last 24 hours. However, I will say this morning when I woke up, there was a crack, kind of a little split right here in the corner of my mouth, and that has never happened yet. So it's not really bleeding at all, but it is kind of sensitive, sore. Other than that, I'm hoping that this is the worst that it gets, but I'm obviously prepared for much worse, especially when I up my dosage next month. Outside of the cracked split lip, that's about it. So nothing new to report. Still, photosensitivity is definitely there. Always wearing sunblock when I go outside. Eyes are still dry intermittently. I typically wear my contacts all day long, and there's handfuls of days where I have to take them out for an hour or so, put them back in, but otherwise pretty good there. Any of the newer whiteheads that are coming in sort of popped on their own, or maybe with a little bit of assistance from myself. The ones on my neck, these larger kind of nodule ones, are still there, but I do feel like they are going down a little bit. And then this one is newer of the last couple days, but it looks like it might be actually a couple clustered together. And then the ones on the side here, I don't think they're getting any bigger, but they are starting to flake. So I actually peeled a couple of them, which I know I'm not supposed to do. This one here has been here for a while, so I'm not really sure if that's going away or not. It's certainly not getting bigger. One between my eyes is holding steady. It's not getting bigger, that's for sure. But other than that, no new side effects. Again, I believe that the joint pain that I experienced at the gym was a result of just lifting heavier weights than normal, or pushing myself a little bit more than I normally do, and the Accutane really hasn't had much of effect on that. So that's kind of my unprofessional opinion on why I have the joint soreness, because after I warm up, they're fine, and usually the next day there might be a little sore, but they're usually pretty good by midday, and then the pain or any type of sensation is gone after that. So this will be the end of my week 2 wrap up on Accutane, and moving forward, my next update will be at the end of my first month, and I will, unless something crazy happens in between then, but and then I think moving forward I'll probably just do monthly updates, and I'll still take daily or weekly kind of recap clips and updates, things like that I will put in those updates. But I think weekly updates right now, the side effects haven't changed a whole lot, so just don't see a point to them. Any questions or comments, obviously leave them, and happy to help out as much as I can. Thanks.